Okay, so welcome to the course of AI, and of course, I'm loving it out over here in my office. The first time in this institute taking a course on a digital mode. And guess what? Today, for the first time in life, I become a qualified light man, cameraman, sound technician, everything. So people from the photography club, if you need more volunteers, I might be prepared by the time you return. Of course, it's the course of artificial intelligence, and needless to say, one of the most happening thing. Take absolutely any tech blog, take anything. What are they talking about today is the fact how AI is absolutely changing the world. Including the reason why it's digital today is the fact that we are facing coronavirus crisis. Now, as an AI person and somebody who in some way was working over intelligent diagnostic medical expert system, it sometimes occurs to me, maybe AI just got a little bit behind. Otherwise, today what we were talking about is definitely something revolutionary. We already had many people propose smart bands, smart watches, all the body wearable sensors that would just record your body vital signatures and upload it on a server. And the moment any one individual, any one section, any particular set of people start developing something unusual, AI would say that, hey man, what we saw analyzing your body vital signatures, there's something which is wrong, and who knows, the pandemic preparedness would have been absolutely something different. So of course it's a very rapidly changing world. Today, even if you order something at your favorite e-commerce website, so what really happens around, it's not the same old time unless you come from some specific areas where somebody would really load your order, assemble it, pack it and deliver. We've got robots that do that, and they've been doing it for a very long time, to make sure that your orders, they actually do get packed and dispatched the next day. Of course, we still don't have drones which could deliver it the next 3-4 hours maximum, irrespective of wherever you are. People talked about self-driving cars. We already had that. So certain parts of the US, you could actually see one roaming around. Now, at least under some kind of a controlled environment, believed to be an absolutely solved problem. And because it's absolutely solved problem, yes, there are nitty-gritties. The day is not far off that we'll all be having one. Okay, bad story, not in India. My own PhD thesis is why in India, just because of the kind of diversity that we have, it's probably a lot more difficult problem. So, I mean, today, even if you go to any government website, it provides nice chatbots. So, no longer you have to look at boring government pages. You could just interact with bots, and the bots do everything. So, more or less, we've seen everything which is absolutely happening. And there's nothing which is that AI is something which is into a black box, which will ultimately someday get all the expertise and it'll come into the industry. You're already using that. That's why, in fact, your phone that you probably are watching this video on is called as a smartphone. The user may or may not be smart, as we realize from the examinations, the assessments. However, the phone obviously can do quite a lot more. So, a lot of it is happening around, and of course you would realize, because now given the pandemic, a lot of you would be playing video games in which you will get defeated from computerized players. Bad for you. So yes, that's happening all around, that the players are learning from you and defeating you from your own game. How exciting is that? It's not there, of course, where the Terminator comes in and the mayhem is caused and all those science fiction movies, but we made a solid progress for sure. And this is probably the first course that will have into your curriculum, where it gets into artificial intelligence and all that it does. This course, of course, I every year take in extremely exciting, motivating topics for discussion so as to really boost you up. That said, this course per se is the first course, so we primarily look into more of the classic theories of artificial intelligence. We look at some of the basics. We look at some of the fundamental founding principles. Some of them are very active, it's just that they're active in domains where you probably wouldn't have heard of. It doesn't make a lot of news. And in doing so, we lay in some kind of a foundation. And of course, it's no secret that most of the people in this wonderful institute have a background of artificial intelligence, applied artificial intelligence, pattern recognition, machine learning, deep learning. So after this course, what follows is an endless number of courses, both from the theoretical sense, where you've got mathematical foundation courses, where you've got in courses which talk about pure machine learning, soft computing, deep learning, to the more applied courses, which each and every faculty takes it on his or her own part. And that's also where you make in exciting little projects and developing some real applications that I just talked about. So we do expect that you return and we have a nice physical interaction, which is how this course unfortunately used to go. It was all about talking that, okay, gentlemen, if you have this problem, how will you solve it? Lady, how would you approach the problem of making a self-driving car? So, unfortunately, it's digital, so I will be posing in questions and answering them myself. And I want to cover as much curriculum as possible. So yes, we people behind AI did draft one of the most exhaustive syllabus, probably not leaving any major topic left untouched, even though we may reduce the depth a little bit. You'll get an absolutely great flavor of how to work with different kinds of systems in AI that drive probably everything around you. So let's get to the details.